Yo, here at Toros. As you can see, nobody else is here because they canceled the league, but I didn't get the email or go on Instagram today, so I didn't get the message. But I do still want to like get some touches on the ball and just dribble and stuff and take some shots, and I can use the main field and do it now, so maybe juggle a little bit and just talk and kick around in the rain and then go home. So maybe this is good because I haven't touched a ball in, I don't know, a month, just because I haven't come out here in a month and I've been working on mixes and stuff like that. So just a nice individual like touch a ball session and get some shots in and to run around in the rain a little bit, I guess. My right leg is I mean, as it feels like it's getting stronger, it is for sure, but like right now something feels really pinched in right here and it just is painful. But I'm hoping that this is just, I'm just over with this and that my leg is fixed pretty soon. It's obviously a little wet out here, so it's a bit slick, but and I haven't warmed up or anything. I guess this is the warm-up. It's not like I'd be warming up for anything in particular, right? But trying to do an elastico with my left foot. There you go. I felt like this would be good. Also just good for my mental health. Like, it's good for physical health coming out here and doing this, but I do think it's good for mental health. And as I just made the video on my main channel, on my personal channel, not the MW soccer channel, but Matt Wilkins or Watt Milkins, like, you know, I feel like there's a war against my mental health, but, and like, you know, whatever, I feel like, you know, everything feels sharp because of what's going on with this. So it is kind of nice to just get touches in on a soccer ball. And there's something calming about it, I feel. You know, something like familiar about it. I do feel like my touch is not as sharp as it could be. Obviously, I haven't touched a ball in a month, as I've said, so. And the conditions are a little slick, so it's not exactly like glued to my foot currently, though. That little dribble wasn't off by much. I will say on this turf field with a smaller ball, it's harder to get under because I think this is size 4, maybe. Let me see. I think it's a size 4. I don't think it's a size 5 or a size 3. So by process of elimination, I think it's a size 4. But in any instance, I feel like on this field, or on this turf, and this size ball, it's just hard to get under it as much. Like a normal ball is pretty actually easy to get under, especially on like a regular grass field. On this one, it's a lot harder to get your foot under the curve of the ball so that you can get it up. So, or I find it more difficult on this field. On a regular field, it's pretty easy, but kind of hurt my right leg actually. In the same spot that I pointed to earlier. Oh well. Like it feels really currently really tight, really like I'm not kidding. It feels like just something's like vice gripped in on my right here, and it's felt like that, I don't know, for a couple weeks now, but it's getting close. I feel like that means it's getting closer and closer to being developed. Like I'm coming to a precipice on it. But, you know, as I've said previously, it does make this soccer, everything I feel, but soccer specifically, more difficult. You know, for one thing, my right leg, as I'm striking it, I just can't hold it as like straight. It, like, you know, physically hurts, and I literally can't trigger it to be as straight as I want sometimes. And then on the for my left side, when I'm planting to shoot, and I think, like, I do a lot of things left-footed. I think I'm and then I hit it like that. But I was gonna say, I think I'm like, if I have a preference on my feet, it's maybe even my left foot, but I'm not, you know, I'm right-footed, or at least like common terminology. I think I'm both-footed, but I do like going to the left a lot. People have literally said out here on these videos, like, guard his left, he's left-footed, that kind of thing. So I do prefer it, but the issue is, like, the plant, I can't be as precise, I can't plant down as hard, I can't, you know, so like when I'm running or sprinting, I can't shoot as much. So that is something I do want to work on. I just looked out that someone in their apartment walking by. And this is a pretty cool setup, I think. I like this, I like the vibe, you know, as far as how it's going. I think John's got it. John and Juan have got it looking, or working cool here, and they've been adding, you know, there's just, like, then I like seeing this neighborhood develop. I like seeing neighborhoods develop. Like, I used to be on this forum a lot, still a member on it, but Houston Architecture International Forum, or HIF, or anyway, it's like a dedicated to like Houston developments and stuff. And you know, there's like forum posts for, you know, something like that. And so, like, when I'd come here, I'd take pictures and then post them on the forum so that people could see the progress and stuff. But it's been interesting seeing this neighborhood develop, because when I was younger, it was, you know, as you can see, it's very industrial. There's still like repurposed industrial buildings and this, you know, old houses, well, there, but, you know, just around, there's kind of houses that actually remind me of my grandma's house. I was thinking of that one over at the corner across from the elementary, but it's like cat a corner from Chick-fil-A over there. But the just seeing it developed has been I feel like there's like one hair that's hanging under my, oh, because it's attached. It's not actually attached to my head. All right. It's like hanging under the headband. It's like just sitting in front of my face. Couldn't figure out what it was, but it was, again, it wouldn't attach to my head. It was attached to the headband. All right. I also feel like currently, I don't mean like currently, I mean like literally currently as it's raining, that it's a bit more difficult to take shots like planting hard, because instinctively I'm trying to avoid planting and slipping. It's like an instinctive thing. It's the same, this is what I've also said with planting on my right side. There's like an instinctive desire not to plant in a way that hurts but because most of the ways that I'd plant hurt on this side, it's like you know, it's not always conducive for me finding like an angle to shoot from. Like if I'm sprinting, and part of it is you only get a fraction, like you only get a small amount of time to make that decision and then do it. Like the window to make the decision and actually do the plant and shoot part a lot of the time is gonna be shorter than, you're not gonna get a bunch of opportunities to take a bunch of steps to like align or prepare yourself to shoot. You're gonna have to like just plant hard and shoot. So, you know, like you're not gonna be like, you know, that kind of thing. If you're full sprint, you're gonna be like much longer touches, and then you're just gonna have to use one of the touches to shoot. So like, instead of these small things and getting prepared so that you get like the right angle on it, a lot of times if you're like in full sprint, you know, you're not gonna get nearly as much like, you're just gonna have to put your leg down and shoot, and you're gonna have to like, you know, the stronger, better the stronger, more coordinated, more competent your leg is, the more options within that range you have to plant your leg down to like vary your shot or to make your shot more precise even. Oh, maybe I should have set my watch. Hold on. I can tell. 17 minutes, all right. Oh, also sometimes being more precise on your shot without the power on it can still be pretty useful. If there's enough power and it's a precise shot, you can put it in, you know. Like there's a threshold. You need to get it over a certain point, but once it's over a certain point, as long as it's precise enough, you're probably good. And I think a lot of people have more difficulty with that second part, the precision. And to remedy it, I think a lot of people use the inside of their foot, like they try a finesse shot or whatever, like they would do in FIFA, like inside of the foot, almost like a pass, but you know, you're shooting with it. But I think you can be really precise just with a laced shot a lot of the time, actually. Not that one. But oh. like, again, just want to reiterate, first time I touched a ball in a month. So, well, I have a ball in my room that I roll around sometimes, but, you know, this kind of touch with cleats and shooting and stuff and outside and space. This is very helpful. The ball is like slipping on every touch. Whew. It's pretty close actually. It's like right here. Also, I'm down to like 140 something pounds. I've been doing the workout at my window a lot, and like, you know, my legs have gotten stronger individually, my everything, my core, my upper body, and I've lost a lot of fat. I'm cutting the fat, but I still got some work to do on my right leg for sure. And I mean, I can still cut down a bit more and get, you know, the idea here is to cut down and not lose a bunch of muscle mass, and then once I'm to a point where I'm content with like level of fat, then focus more on muscle and this. I mean, I'm focusing on the right leg a lot. I mean, that's actually the purpose, but because I can only do so many Bulgarian split squats in one day where it's effective, right? So many of these one-legged squats for it to be effective, right? Because you know, you're only gonna get so much each day out of something, and then you reach a point where you're probably doing too much and you need to rest. So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna like stop just because it's, you know, I'm getting pretty soaked out here. So, and I got a nice, like, okay, I touched the ball on some shots. Not planning on this being the thing that, you know, is just a fun kick around. Like I said, good for my mental health. But also I just have a lot to do, so I probably should. I mean, a lot to do as far as the things that I'm working on and the projects that I'm undertaking. So I gotta do the storm video from last night. I think there's gonna be a storm tonight. So yeah, I should probably turn in, but or, you know, stop for now, and I'll be back next week. That's the plan. Actually play next week. Maybe it's good that I just got a kick around in today, so I'd do a little warm up, so it's not a month since I've touched the ball. It's only a week. But yeah, well, cool. I hope you enjoyed that, and that it was you know, whatever. It's just a kick around if you're watching, just because you enjoy this stuff anyway, I guess. So all right, hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed one. Catch you next time. Do the YouTube thing. See you later. Yeah.